Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
Can you wait for me, please?
No, the show must go on. People are waiting.
Hold on. I'm trying to tag people. Wait up.
This happens all the time, guys. She was supposed to tag them up earlier.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Let's go.
You don't start without me like that.
Oh, we got to start. People are waiting.
I know people are waiting.
All right, we're in demand. You know what I mean? Let's go.
What's going on, you guys? My name is Ace Guzman.
And I'm Rich Guzman, guys. Welcome to Ace and Rich Live. And tonight we got some stuff to get into. We have an exciting announcement.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Yes, that's right. We'll be bringing out one of our own diamond coaching students. Her name is Michele, all the way from Florida, who in less than a month has already seen her first results.
Yes. Woo!
So let's see who we have here on the live before we bring Michele out. Let's take a look if y'all can see us and hear us clearly. Okay. We just had a storm pass, guys, so just chill.
yes, we had just storm pass by. We're lucky.
Coming to you live all the way from Puerto Rico.
Yes, it's hot in here.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, guys. So, I just want to say something. It's been really a privilege, serving Michele because, we got together and I learned a lot about her and learned a lot about, what's holding her back and things like that. And it was really great to really dive in deep a little bit and find out, what's the best way to serve her, right? Because everybody's different when it comes to coaching and things like that.
Yes.
This is why what we do is we cater to the individual depending on, circumstances, what they're going through, things like that. So that's why people call this a 4D style of coaching that we do. So I just want to say that it's been an amazing journey so far, coaching her, and I'm really, really happy for her progress. And she has no idea there's much more to come, all right? Because there's more that she's learning, which is exciting. But without further ado, guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's just welcome Michele.
Michele.
Ace and Rich Live.
Yes, let's bring her
out.
Go get her, Rich.
Yes, go get her. Here we go. Boom.
There she is.
Ooh, I love her background.
All right. Awesome.
Hello. How you doing, Michele?
Hello. Okay, thanks. How are you?
Is it cold over there in Florida? I heard that the temperature was cold. You're wearing a long sleeve and we're over here with shorts and sleeves.
Yeah, it's getting down. It was 50 degrees this morning. It got up to 60, I think.
Oh wow! Okay. And
wow!
And she has a dog.
Yep.
What's your dog's name?
Zoe.
Oh, nice.
And where's Zoe tonight?
She was snoring in her bed to the right of me instead of on me.
And we have our dogs too. We're dog lovers. We have our Eros and Damon in the other room with our son Angel's puppy sitting.
Yeah,
he
pretty
gets
much.
to watch them, right?
Yeah.
But we are going really glad to have you here, Michele. And like we said, in the green room, just relax, just act like this is one of our regular sessions, we just got a couple of questions that too. Coffee too, right? And, we're going to ask you some questions about your journey because the premise of our show tonight is really to focus on not waiting for success and for things to be picturesque, perfect, and things to be in the right order.
Well, we realize nothing is perfect as far as being a human, right? Nothing is perfect.
Yes. Everybody's on a different journey.
They are, and not only that, but people, they're so used to having certain expectations a certain way, but when they really hit the reality of what it really is, they don't have to really put that much pressure and stress on themselves.
Right on.
Especially when they know they have something, like laid out as far as a roadmap.
Yes.
It just takes that stress away.
Yes. So our very first question, Michele, is can you paint for us and our audience a picture of your life before joining our diamond coaching program? Like, what were your biggest struggles before finding us?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Let's see. Well, so everything seemed fine to me, except I wasn't progressing. I wasn't making sales. I didn't seem to be able to figure things out. And I mean, I always thought my last career was easy to me because, of course, something I knew, and this was something totally different. My my childhood I thought was great. I had great supportive parents and family members. They always told me I could do anything I wanted to do if I believed in myself. But something just wasn't clicking. I had like this weird fear of even doing Facebook Lives, which I didn't know why. Um, and I just couldn't find my footing in the new business. So I kind of was stuck. And then I was angry with myself because I was stuck and I couldn't figure out why. Um, so I enjoyed helping others, and I've always put everybody else first, but I couldn't seem to help myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, that's understandable. Now, you mentioned you tried other programs before. What made you finally decide to join Diamond Coaching?
well, I kind of met Ace on Facebook one day, kind of out of nowhere. I'm not sure what happened, but then we just started
Serendipitous, wasn't
talking.
it?
Yeah, it was funny because it just happened. I wasn't looking for you.
Facebook
You
has
weren't
a
looking
way
for
of
me. It just
bringing people together.
Yeah, well, it did. It was very serendipitous, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we had stuff in common and got talking. And then
Oh, wow.
eventually, I don't even know how, but oh, I know because I remembered that you guys were top sellers in another program. And that's how I knew you. So I started asking you questions
Questions are
and I was
good.
getting answers. Hmm?
I said, your questions were really good too when we met.
So,
Well,
so,
yeah, I was
so,
pretty frustrated at that point. So,
so what I'm gathering from this is basically you were looking for answers to your questions, and so when you met Ace online and you started asking her questions, she was answering those questions that you probably weren't getting answers before. Is that what I'm hearing?
oh, for sure. I mean, the previous training was just overwhelming with the amount of hours that they had for what they called a roadmap. And some of the videos were out of order, and you had to follow along and create things as you watch the video. And when you didn't understand something and would text tech support, they would text you back saying, "Go to your roadmap and read this and watch it." I already did do that, and I couldn't figure it out. So the data, and that was funny too. The data that was in the boot camp part was actually repetitive of the stuff in the roadmap.
Hmm.
So it was weird. And they always use this 30-foot view explanations
Ah,
A 30,000
with
foot
no
view.
detail.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And you guys did the debunking on that a few weeks ago. So people need to check that out. But
Well,
and to them, like it was a one size fits all approach. And I said that works for clothing, but it sure doesn't work for training because we all learn differently. And
That's true.
I'm glad you said
yeah,
that because we've always said that, like, and we learned that from our experience coaching a lot of people over the years, is that
Yeah.
not everybody learns the same way, right? And you can't really say you're a coach and you're just coaching one way specifically for just everybody, because everybody learns differently. They learn
They do.
at different speeds, or they learn different ways. So it takes patience, but also understanding, and more importantly, as my coach would tell me, listening, right? Listening and learning more, about the individual as they go through, the program and things like that. But that's not the first time I've heard what you said, though. I've heard this from a lot of people saying that they're part of a program and they try to figure, some things out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they try to ask questions, it happened to me in the very beginning too. They're like, "Oh, well, go Google it," right? So
Ugh.
by them telling you to go back to the roadmap, that's kind of like, go Google it, go figure it out, right? So that means they want you to figure it out on their own. But when you invest in something, you expect to get a lot more support than that,
Right on.
right?
Right on.
So when we actually support people, as you know, because you're going through it right now on how we support people, is that we take it a lot further, right? And the reason why we did that is because we seen the way we were treated, right, in the early days. And for myself, I do remember how I was treated too, and I didn't like
You
it.
ain't the only one.
And I said to myself, I said, you know what? I may be brand new right now, but I am going to figure out this thing called affiliate marketing. And what I'm going to do is once I figure it out and I become a success and I start creating my own program, I am going to teach my way, right? And we saw eye to eye on this. She's like, you know what, me too.
Yeah.
You know, because I want to be able to really help people really truly understand it and not, you know, let them go try to figure it out on their own. Because there's so much time that's wasted and goes by where they could actually be taking action at the same time they're learning something.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And there's no reason why someone can't help you build the wings on the way down off that cliff. There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely, yes.
But when they expect you to dive off that cliff and you have no equipment to build those wings, what do we call that? Crash and burn.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like we've seen this and we saw, you know, I go, babe, this is the big hole in the marketplace that needs to be filled. And we're the ones that are going to fill it.
Right.
And that's what we did.
Right.
Right? So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, my next question is, you know, you haven't even been like 9 months in our program. It's only been like, you know, a couple of sessions. Take us through those first few sessions. Like, what surprised you the most?
Well, I guess first starting with the mindset that Rich was doing. He has this ability to like ask exactly the right questions. And so suddenly he uncovered something that I hadn't thought about in years. It was like a past trauma from an abusive relationship. And things started to click after that. It wasn't that I couldn't succeed in the business, it was just that the buried trauma bonds were holding me back from moving forward. So he helped me understand that they were constructs of my ego and that you basically become addicted to these trauma bonds because you kind of push them down and don't look at them anymore. And in other mindset programs, they don't talk about that. They talk about, you know, your mindset has to be positive and you always have to be, you know, turning bad things into good things and setting your goals and, you know, just plowing forward. But you can't do that if you've got things unsettled that you don't even know about. So after that, I mean, I just started to feel lighter. And people in like the online communities actually noticed that I was changing. I was smiling more. I could tell that I was talking a little differently. Yeah.
Nice.
That was what, after 4 seasons, I was doing pretty well.
See?
And I'm
That's
trying to
awesome.
practice gratitude every day and talk, you know, speak it out loud. And I'm learning to put myself first without feeling guilty about it. Because Rich kept saying, "What about Michelle? You're doing stuff for everybody else. What about you?" I'm like, "What about me?" I enjoy doing those things. But yeah, but that's not about you. And that's something I didn't understand either.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about ourselves and worry about everybody else, and because we're just putting a mask up to hide our true identity, you know, our true identity of who we really truly are and what we're capable of. So, in order for us to mask the pain, we'll focus on other people, right? Because that bond is so strong.
And that to you resonated more strongly compared to the other program that you were once in, and you had gotten that kind of experience with their style of coaching sessions.
Heck, Rich did this in the very first session. I mean, we weren't like more than probably 15, 20 minutes in, and Rich was already like asking those questions that
Like,
right away
boom,
brought
boom,
it
boom,
up.
let's get it.
Let's
Yeah.
get right to it. Yeah, let's get right to it. Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
6 months in another program and nothing ever happened, and you know, for
Wow.
that. So
That's a testament, guys. What she
Wow,
just said,
thank
that's
you.
a testament in itself. And
That's awesome.
absolutely, thank you for that.
Yeah, and I'm humble too. I mean, I'm like, I appreciate that. You know.
you guys are always very humble.
Yeah. Now, God, we have so many questions. But
I hope
what?
I have good answers.
Walk us through the exact moment you got your first sale
Ooh,
notification.
let's talk about that. Yeah.
What were you feeling?
Oh my gosh, it was a great feeling. I mean, it was, I don't even know if I was 45 days into the program yet, but I had already made back my investment, I think twice at least. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, it felt great because I was putting out a ton of money and not making anything in the other program. And then all I get back as well. Gee, I guess it didn't work out the way we thought it would. Well, yeah, I don't think it did. So I just talked to other people that also weren't getting results in the program, and because of you guys and how you teach, they decided to come over and check it out. So they got your free consultation and move forward after talking to you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we love to do that, getting people on, with a free console, find out where they are. It's a good way to really, find out if they're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, and things like that, and find out what the biggest struggles are as well. And we can help solve some problems sometimes within that call as well.
Just within that call, we can identify a lot of different things with people as long as they open up, right? Because it's not easy, talking about stuff like that,
I get them to open up.
Yeah. Oh, you? Oh, gosh, yeah. Rich doesn't need to get you drunk. He just needs to get you in the right moment. So he's really good.
Wow.
My next question is, Michele, what specific strategy from Diamond Coaching led to that first sale? Can you explain that a little bit? Like, is there anything specific that really, really had kind of give you a boost with getting that first sale?
I mean, of course, you guys, the way that you teach, coming from a place of knowledge and experience, so that when you teach the style that I learned from, it makes things a lot easier to understand. And you actually get us set to start with, as far as so it made things a lot easier to get moving. And I don't know, the years of experience that you guys have, the mentorships that you've had, you share all that with us. So you're getting so much value from you guys.
I love it.
Yeah, great
I love
answer.
it. You guys are getting value from what Michele is sharing with you guys. Hang in, because we got more questions from Michele, and you guys are enjoying what you're learning so far. Definitely drop some emojis, some fire bombs down there below.
Fire bombs.
Love our fire emojis and hearts. Love all that. Michele, what has absolutely changed with your daily routine? Like, think about how it used to be, and then now, since you've been getting actual real coaching, have you noticed a change in your daily routine since you started the program?
Yeah, I've tried to be more focused on certain things throughout the day so that I complete things, because before I wasn't getting anything completed. Um, I would go from task to task, but nothing ever got finished before the end of the day, and I was getting frustrated. Um, so now I spend a certain amount of time on each thing till it's completed, and take a break and go back to it, so that um, I'm moving forward.
Nice.
Taking breaks. Picked
Yeah.
up on that. Picked up on that, right? Taking breaks is definitely essential. You cannot, like we always say, the brain can only take so much.
Yeah, I've talked to you about that before too.
have mentioned
Yeah,
that to me
because
a lot.
you can't overload the brain and the information. Like, if I do a session, like, we usually do about an hour coaching at a time. Sometimes they're shorter, and then sometimes they're like a full hour long.
Right.
And the reason why is I never want to go past an hour, because once that hour passes, your brain can only take so much of the information that you're getting. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to overload the brain from the information that you're getting. So,
well, full transparency though, we keep no BS on the show. I tend to go over because I do over deliver a lot, and Rich gets on my case like, "Hon, come on, that's the time."
No,
okay?
I'm a stickler when it comes to that, because what I'll do is I'll wind down earlier before the hour, and then I'll find out more about like the questions and things like that around that time. So it allows us those extra few minutes to really go over the questions. But more importantly is, like, if you train the brain to learn that way, even if you're learning something, your brain will be starving and hungry for more. But if you overload it, it gets overwhelmed very easily. And then sometimes your brain just doesn't want to do nothing. And when it doesn't want to do anything, this is where we tend to freeze and not want to do nothing.
Which leads into the next question. talking about being
Yes,
frozen.
yes. So, what limiting beliefs did you have to overcome in these first few weeks?
You said what limiting beliefs?
Yeah.
Um, One that I was capable of taking on anything with the right mentorship. That oh, it was, I guess, my mindset needed to shift according to what we had talked about in
Mhm.
order for me to even move forward because I was just stuck. So that was another important thing. And setting the right goals, not necessarily um, like, I guess, way down the road goals, but something that's achievable now.
Hmm.
And then once you reach that, then you set the next goal and then the next goal. So you're always pushing forward, but not setting things that are unrealistic because then you're always frustrated you'll never get there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
Hmm.
And how has your confidence level changed since that first sale? Because we get a sale, and something happens, right? We get excited and things like that, right?
Right.
And how has your confidence level changed since that first sale?
Um, I think there's a combination of things as why my confidence is better. It doesn't necessarily mean like I mean, I felt great to get my sale, so that was amazing. But without the training and the knowledge that you provide, then that wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because you can see, I went six months with nothing happening, and here, like in
Right.
45 days or less, because of the training you guys provide, I was able to do that.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
I love that point because
Yeah.
it's true. You got to have the right training. Because, okay, so you make a sale, right? But then what happens to our self esteem? What happens to our confidence level? Like most people are so excited before the sale even comes,
Yeah,
you
we
know?
talked about that before. Like,
Yeah.
my coach was responsible for letting me know this. Whenever you get excited about a sale, never go too high,
Mm-hmm.
because when nothing's happening, how are you feeling when nothing's happening? If you go too high, you're going to go really, really low emotionally,
Exactly.
right? So we don't want to have these high spikes that go straight up and then just drop back down to the point that goes really low, that affects us emotionally, starts creating new disbeliefs, right?
Yes. Yes.
We want to have those kind of like small circles that go up and down like this. That's normal,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like a normal. Um, he talked about a job has a straight line, but being an entrepreneur should be like this, right? Real small up and downs. Should never be spiked. Should never be like
You
that.
got to be like even
Right.
keel.
And some
Yes.
people, what happens is, well, a lot of people actually, when they don't make a sale, their belief system starts to change. They
Yes.
get excited when they find out, like, oh, affiliate marketing, oh, I'm part of a program, I'm gonna make money, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Then they realize, like, oh, I gotta put work into it, I gotta learn this skill set, I gotta invest in myself. All the things they're not really used to doing throughout their daily lives.
Yes.
So when they go through this journey and nothing's happening, they go through this low, and that low, the people that make it are the ones that can go through the low, right? If they can go through that low and go up, then they're going to make it, right? But the ones that go low and can't hack going through that low, it's going to be hard for them to remain an entrepreneur because of understanding that it's always going to be like this. It's never going to be predictable, right? Again, we can control what we can control. We can't control what other people do, right? So we can't control what we can't control.
Right
So
on.
yeah.
Now, diamond coaching is designed for the client to literally transform within 90 days. Michelle, what has been your biggest aha moment in the coaching so far? And we're already approaching week number 6.
Well, um, well, one of my favorite things is the training on using the AI. That's one of my favorite things. Um, but also, well, it uses your copywriting skills to be able to talk to it and help us along the way. So it's kind of like having our personal AI. But another thing I like is that you're teaching how to do organic marketing. And before you can even do that, you have to have your right social presence set up so that you can attract the right type of people to
Yes.
you.
Yes.
So that was one thing, because like you said, you don't have to spend a ton of money to try to get traffic or to get people's attention.
No.
It's how you do it.
Yes.
Exactly. And people, what they do is they jump the gun and they go straight to paid marketing without even knowing what they're doing. And they never realize that, well, wait a minute, if I do paid marketing and nobody sees me have a presence on social media, how could they trust me? I have no content. I have no value that I'm giving. Because people are becoming a little more savvy now. Like when there's an ad, they'll look at this person and go, hey, is this person really what they say they are? Right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, that's why it's great foundation. So when you are ready to when you're ready to run ads, it's a good foundation to have that set up so people can see you, right? Like for instance, you go to Ace and Rich or Ace and Rich Guzman on Google, you're going to see all our pages, right? You're going to see all about us. You're going to go to the image, all our images, right? So they know that Ace and Rich is like the real deal, right? So that's what we also tell people. We want you guys to have your foundation. So no matter what strategy you choose, when somebody's going to seek you out, they're going to see you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to see your value. They're going to see your content.
And a lot of times, I want
Right.
to touch on that a little bit.
And that helps build trust.
With the misconception of branding, people think it's logos, colors, special messages, but really it's more to it than that. And every time I talk about branding, a lot of people still can't grasp the fact that you must be consistent in order to develop your brand, which we're going to be doing a lot. Me and you work with attraction marketing. And they got to get that concept. If not, they're going to miss the boat on that. And they're going to constantly throw things on the wall, hoping that it sticks. And like, well, let me test out this logo and let me see if this fan page works. And they start throwing stuff. And it's like,
absolutely,
that's not branding,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to really be consistent in your messaging. And all of that reflects in your overall presence.
And sometimes, you might start out with your branding and maybe that message in the beginning, didn't work very well because you're still learning.
Yes.
But as you go along, you really start to find out your true self of who you really are and what you really stand for or stand against.
Right.
And that's a real important part of branding. And what happens is you're going to find out that where have everybody been hiding all along, right? Once you figure it out.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, it's because I didn't even know who I was. I didn't even know like what I stood for or stood against. And once you know that, people can see that.
Yeah.
They can resonate with that. They can connect with that.
Right. And with branding also, you want to have a really good story. Your story is what's going to sell a lot of people on wanting to get closer to you. Without that, it's like, okay, I'm just selling for being a salesman. I love when I teach somebody how to find who they really are, what's their passion, and then jump into, that epiphany moment, which, forget about working for another boss ever again. This is when I decided I wanted to be that affiliate marketer. I want to be that person who want to publish their own books, or I want to be that speaker who wants to talk on stage. Like, that's the moment. And that's the story that people are trying to find out. Like, how do I get there?
Even like with affiliate marketing, Michelle, or network marketers, for you network marketers out there, it's always important to brand yourself, right? And the way to really fully understand that is you Inc. business model. So what does that mean? It means that you are the business, right? Your network marketing company is not the business. That's their business that provides a product for you to sell.
Yes.
Right? Same thing with affiliate marketing, digital products. They have the products that you're selling, but you brand yourself around you specifically, because nobody is ever going to buy something just because that product exists. They're going to buy it because of you.
Right.
So the more that you understand this you Inc. business model, the more you're going to understand how to sell it more effortlessly.
Yes. Next question is, Michelle, what's been your biggest aha moment? We always talk about having that big aha moment. Like, what's your biggest aha moment in the coaching so far?
You already asked that question.
Did I ask
Yeah.
that? I did.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. See that? Okay. Next question. How are you applying what you learned during this holiday season? We are approaching Christmas. We're in Thanksgiving. You know how people make excuses. Tell me, how are you applying what you've learned so far to this holiday season?
To the holiday season?
I'll help you out. Okay. Most marketers, what they feel is they go back into that consumer mindset where they say, oh, it's Christmas. I'm going to take a long break. I'm going to wait till the kids, stay
hiatus?
home. Yeah, that's what they do, right? And they do it in
Oh.
summertime. And then they go, I'm not going to market. I'm not going to send no emails out. I'm not going to,
It's
run
the
no
best
traffic.
time to market.
You get what I'm getting at now? This is what they do.
It's the best time to be a marketer because a lot of people, what they do is
Don't
they
answer for her. She got
no, but
answer.
I'm concurring. I'm concurring on what you're saying.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, it's true. People actually do that. So yeah. So go ahead. That's the question.
Please.
I mean, more people are actually online this time of year anyway than any other time of year. So you don't want to stop marketing whatever the products are that you're selling, because people are more apt to see your ads during this time of year. And that's part of having like the laptop lifestyle, right? You can go anywhere you want, but you can still be working. So, I mean, I went on a cruise. I was working whenever I could. And same thing with going away for the holidays. I always take my laptop, and when people are at work, I'm working because nobody's home to talk to anyway. So you just keep working whatever hours you have available so that you just always are moving forward. Because if you stop, then you're going to get too comfortable with just not doing something and find more reasons not to do it. So you
And
have
when
to
you
be
love
consistent.
something, sorry, go ahead, say that again, and then I'm going to touch on that.
Oh, I just said you just have to always be consistent.
Yeah, definitely consistency. And what I was going to say is when you feel that you love something so much that when you call it work, it really isn't, because it becomes like a part of your lifestyle. And that's why we call it, a lifestyle business, because it doesn't feel like work compared to what did you used to do? Like, what's your career background?
Nursing and running medical practices.
Now think about that, how much training and education you had to go through in order to get your certification to be that, compared to what we teach you here in the School of Hard Knocks, where we teach you about marketing online and selling affiliate programs to make high ticket.
If you think about it that way, it's actually a whole lot less time. I mean,
Did y'all hear that?
it's like you get a crash course in everything you guys know that have taken you years to get the knowledge and skills to do that, and you're always sharing and giving back the knowledge you have. I mean, people see you here, right, Fridays, and see what you do just in a Friday.
Yeah.
Now, if they took that and they could work with you on a regular basis, I mean, there's people could succeed and have great businesses because they're getting all that knowledge. So if they want to have a thriving business, then and they're having problems or they're stuck and they're not advancing, then that's what you guys are there for, because you guys tell it as how it is. We get to see where you came from and how you came up and how you've overcome all the obstacles in your way. It's cost you thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands probably, to all the mentors you've had, but yet you give us that information freely. Not for free, but freely.
Well, we do give part of the information for free. I've
Yeah, you're doing it now.
well, I mean, notice what Michele said about taking action despite the holiday season.
Yeah.
Following the system exactly as taught.
Yep, I picked
Not
that up.
waiting for the perfect time.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely not waiting for the perfect time. Like some people.
There isn't a perfect time.
Yeah.
Some people want to wait till the moon and the stars align before they actually want to take
Oh
some action.
yeah. Everything's got to be. Yeah.
But did you guys catch on also what Michele said about her mindset shift? She kept saying that a lot in the interview.
Yeah.
And there's some key points to emphasize here, like the part of, her not hesitating. She just sprung into action immediately.
Yeah.
Even though she was already involved in something and she had a bad experience, anybody else would have been like, I'm not doing this again.
Well, she's coachable.
coachable.
That's
A lot of
important.
people don't understand that
Yeah.
though. Like, oh, well, what do you mean I need to be coachable? You want to explain that a little bit?
Well, being coachable means that, you just listen to your coach, because a lot of people, and, we've had a few ourselves
Yes.
throughout the years
Mm-hmm.
that went through our coaching program and did not listen to us, and nothing happened,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But the people that have listened to us and really took action, they've gotten the results, and they've gone on to be amazing marketers.
They have. They have.
So
it's not the fact that, and let's talk about this a little bit, because this is a great topic to talk about.
yeah,
When you think about looking for coaching, you have to be mindful of
Yeah.
who you want to relate to, and who is it that you want to be your mentor and coach that has the results that you desire, that you want. And
Exactly.
you gotta sift them out. You gotta sift them out, because not everybody is a coach. Not
Well,
everybody is
not
a coach.
everybody can really teach, and
Yeah.
also with a mindset to it. People can say, I'm a coach, or I can coach mindset, but it's not just about being a coach for mindset.
It's
I mean,
not.
you have to really understand the transformation, what it really takes, because, if you don't know, like Michelle said, if you don't know what's keeping you stuck,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how are you supposed to break free from that, right?
Yes. Yes.
You just keep repeating the same cycle over and over.
Mm-hmm.
What's the definition of insanity? It's doing
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a
different
different result.
But if you don't know, but if you don't know why you're stuck and why you keep doing the same thing you're doing over and over and over,
Yes.
there's no way for you to have a breakthrough.
She also mentioned that she got results less than 30 days, basically.
Yeah.
Like
it's just
within
the beginning.
First session, she had
Yeah.
a breakthrough, like with you.
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
beginning, because there's more we're going to be going through.
Yeah, that's why we have you here tonight. We couldn't hold that news. We had to say, let's bring Michele out
Let's bring
tonight.
Michele out. Definitely.
Share it
Definitely.
with everybody, our following and our fans, to let them know that this is real. And this could be
Yeah.
real for you if you guys are watching and listening to our voice and watching, and listening to the show. This could be real for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And remember, guys, Michele started right where you are right now.
I mean, Michelle's story proves three things.
Mm-hmm.
The system works, right?
Yeah.
When you work it, holiday seasons is no excuse.
Mm-mm.
Okay? And results can come faster than you think.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think a lot of people are held back from those disbeliefs that they have.
Yes. Absolutely. It's true. So true.
Yep. And everybody's different. Like I said, everybody learns differently, right? And remember, it's not a race, it's a marathon.
It is a marathon, right?
Yeah.
But timing, right?
Yeah. Guys, remember how we talked about not waiting for the perfect time, right?
Yeah.
Like you said about the stars aligning and the moon and stuff. But people want to wait. My coach would say, people always getting ready to get ready.
Getting ready to get ready.
So there's never going to be the right time for you.
No.
The right time is now.
It is.
There's no other time, right? The present moment, like we talked about that.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
The best time is right now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's address the elephant in the room, right? I mean, guys, think about this for a minute. If I could put myself in Michelle's shoes, which I have been there, we've seen those $25,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, as much as $100,000 programs out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have different niches attached to them for coaching. But the ones about the fancy cars. The ones about the mansions and the lifestyles and the backgrounds. And here's the kicker. How about the ones that promise you that they'll set up all your stuff, but then it takes like months and months and months and months to fix and set
well, wait a
stuff
minute. You know, if we really want, we can go to Rincon and rent out a Lamborghini, right? And make a YouTube video out of it, right? But that's not us.
That's not us.
So.
We don't roll like that.
And then you hear, oh, it just didn't work out the way that we planned.
Yep. So, Rich, based on what I'm saying about those other programs,
well, here's what they don't tell you, most of them.
let them have it.
They never actually coach you themselves, right? They pass you off to certified coaches who've never made money online before.
Ain't that the truth?
All right. So they don't teach you from experience. They only teach you from theory. And theory doesn't really solve the problem. You have to really talk to people who have gone through the gauntlet. For example, I mean, my first business, I crashed and burned.
Sure did.
Right? Went up really high. My first six
I don't mean that
figures.
as a euphemism. I mean that literally. He crashed and burned.
Traveling, speaking on stage
Yeah.
for other companies. Really exciting, right? And then the business just gets shut down.
Flatline.
Got to go back to work. Got to start all over again,
Oh,
right?
gosh, yeah.
But would you rather be coached from someone who's gone through the gauntlet or someone who doesn't have any experience? Because if someone has gone through a business, lost it, able to go back around and do it over again and actually do it even better, who would you want to be coached by? Right? It just makes sense because you can gain that experience. You can learn so much from the failures, the pain,
Yep.
and the great and the exciting stuff too.
Yep.
Right? You got to give it all. Right?
Right.
That's really the name of the game here. That's why the mindset is important. But the person that has gone through those trials and tribulations could speak to you in a way to help you understand and share with you what's holding you back, right? And I want to go a little further into this. This is important. You know, when I started working at Best Buy, you know, I was still in the band. I was in the band for 20 years, and being in a band and working at Best Buy, traveling to like Boston, some different states on tour and playing, and then having to be back at the job again after the weekend. I'm telling you right now, being hungover, going back to work, and getting a paycheck was all I cared about. Okay, but
That's real.
But something changed, and I'm going to tell you what changed.
Yeah.
When I earned my first six figures, when I got into online business, and I hired a coach, I've learned so much about myself, not about money.
I'm so glad you did.
I learned so much about myself that when I went back to the same building, the same boss at Best Buy, something changed in me. I respected the place. I didn't go there just for a paycheck anymore. I went there and I broke sales records. And I'm not a salesman. So what changed? I changed, right? And that's the point I want you guys to really understand.
That's right.
It is really you. It's really up to you.
It is.
And you can transform. And that's why when Michele talks about certain things that were holding her back and what she learned and everything in the mindset,
right.
It's really all about you. We're the only ones that prevent us from really achieving what we want to achieve. That's just the bottom line.
You want to look at your competition, look in the mirror.
Yeah, we don't show off Lambos, right? We don't pretend to live in mansions. I live in a beautiful condo. Yes, I got an oceanfront view by the sunset because that's what I like. That's what I wanted, right? You know, we don't use fake lifestyle marketing. You know, we just go out to eat regularly. We'll take a picture of the food and show you. You know what I mean? That's simple stuff. We don't get fancy. That's not really who we are.
You mean my latte art, my coffee?
Yeah, we don't. We don't promise like overnight millions, right? Like, hey, you're gonna be a millionaire. Not, yeah, you can, but it's gonna take hard work and dedication, and perseverance and consistency. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
And we're not gonna sugarcoat it. That's just the reality,
yep.
right? Did we hit our first six figures in the first year, second year, third year? No, it actually took us 6 years. Just so you know, okay?
Yeah.
And that's just being real with you.
Yeah.
But can it be done? Yes, it can.
It can.
So
it's just like when people talk about the overnight riches and the overnight success stories, you have no idea.
No, yeah, it's and they don't tell you that, but it's the dedication.
It's a facade.
It takes dedication,
yeah,
and a drive and this resilience like this, you know.
Seth Godin, the author of All Marketers Are Liars, read that book. You'll see exactly what he talked about. All marketers are liars. Okay, and you have to understand that when you see the facade with the fancy cars, the mansions, and rented girls, and you know they make it all look so beautiful and picturesque, but really when it comes down to it, and you're looking at that screen at the end of the day, guess who's doing all the work? There is no staff. Yeah. There's no boss over your head telling you what to do. It's you. You're the one with your fingers on the keyboard. You're the one that's out there going to be grabbing your camera, shooting videos and stuff like that. Right, Michele?
But you know, before you continue, I know you want to say something, but
yeah.
What I've also learned is over the years coaching a lot of people is that a lot of people also are afraid of success.
They are afraid.
They're afraid of actually making it. That's why they don't really give it their all too.
And that's another reason why there's a lot of people that fail. It's a failure rate. That's to add to that 97% of people that why they fail.
Because they're afraid to succeed. And I'm going to give you an example. People have dreams and aspirations, okay? But when it comes to really actually doing what they really aspire to have, Or B, they hold themselves back because they're afraid, like, what if it does happen? What if I do have the success and I do want to change my lifestyle? They start to think like, oh my God, what would that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Then they start getting a little bit more fearful, right? And when they get more fearful, they don't give the 110% on purpose. Psychologically, their subconscious mind holds them back again from the trauma bonds, right? So that's what happens too. People don't really think that, but people are afraid that, well, what if I do, make it? Like I gotta, let's change the zip code, and that can be very scary.
It can be.
That can be very scary
I've been there. I can relate.
because the reality really sets in.
Yeah.
You know,
the land of the what ifs.
Yeah.
What if it works out? What if it doesn't work out? The what ifs.
The what ifs. Yeah.
The land of the what ifs. But let me tell you what those guys is what they don't do, right, Rich? But here's what Ace and Rich does. I'm gonna speak with both of us because when you actually get coached, by two different people from two different walks of life. Yeah. And like literally, when we were talking about as far as like who does your coaching calls, Michele, let me ask you this question: who did your coaching calls for you?
Rich, and then you.
See, and it's not like a fabrication. This is true. Like we'll spend time with Michele, and we take turns. So like we coach you ourselves, not some random certified coach giving you a separate call at another time in another time zone. Not happening. We set up your systems in the first few days, not weeks. Okay. Granted that everything works out with your passwords right now. Just keeping it real. Give you our exact framework of what we work from.
Yeah.
Our formulas for success, and they work, as you can see with Michele. And then we stay with you until we see you have the results. That's what we do. You know.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're always available for extra help. If you're stuck on something, all I have to do is text you, and as soon as you're free, you answer back. And if it's really rough, you can't do it over text, you'll jump on a Zoom with me and help me figure it out.
That's exactly it.
But that's really true coaching, because even if like, I mean, we have people right now that from years ago still call us.
Yeah.
Right, from our coaching program. Because they got our cell phone numbers. We give them our cell phone. We're like, here's our phone.
Mm-hmm.
Contact us if you need us, right? Because also, mindset things do arise.
They do.
And
lifestyle,
they need a little
circumstances change.
little pick me up. You know what I mean?
They need to hear it from their coach sometimes. They're like, oh, I know I got to talk. I need to call my coach. I've been bad. I got to talk to him. Ace, I know I'm going to hear from you, girl.
And guys, we know, coaching people out there, like they charge $25,000, $50,000,
yeah,
$100,000. I mean, the list goes on and on. We've always kept it really at a good cost, right? And ours is 10, but we have a sale going on for like 7 right now. And I know you're going to get into that a little bit.
I am going to get into that because we actually want you to have money left over to run your business. I mean, that's the whole aspect of it. I mean, you can invest into coaching, but if you get what we're talking about tonight, type the word real. If you're tired of those damn fake guru nonsense coaching plays, oh my God, put it in the chat. Put the word real, okay?
Well, you always say keeping it real.
Keeping it real. Put real in the chat because, guys, let me show you something, okay? What do you see behind us? This is our actual office, right?
Yeah.
This is it. There's no fancy backdrops, no fancy editing or none of that stuff. Like, people don't relate to that stuff so easily.
This is Timu. Right? Spend a day doing that.
That's what he said, Timu.
A couple little lightings from Amazon.
Try to work within your budget because, like I said, you need the money to invest into other things like your marketing capital. You got to have it so you can drive traffic and buy your tools and things like that to run your business. It's just, this is our real workspace, where we help our students like Michele and many others every single day.
Well, you have yours out there, and this is mine over here.
Oh, yeah.
And then when we do lives, we do it together.
When we do lives, we're in here together, but then we separate. And I go to my bedroom, he goes to his bedroom, and that's what we do in our condos, You don't even need an extra office space. You can work within your room. I mean, Michele, what kind of office space you working with there in Florida, girl?
Me? Oh, my lanai. I've got a coffee table that my desktop is set up on, and my feet go underneath.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to help Michele make her first 5-figure income right there in that little lanai.
That's
right there. And if you have a little lanai too, use that space.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Use that little lanai.
All right. So I really like tonight because we're really diving in deep, into getting results, but the coaching aspect and everything else like that of what we're doing here.
But it's nothing fancy, nothing flashy, like we said, But here's what really matters, okay? We do your breakthrough calls. Like I said, some hired coaches or we don't work with people like that. It's just being rich. That's just who you get. What you see is what you get. We look at your actual campaigns. Okay, we definitely love to audit your business, and we fix the issues right there on the spot in real time, don't we?
Yeah.
When we catch something out of place, it's like, oh, that's the reason why you've been spinning.
We can tell right off the bat. Yeah.
We fix it right there on the spot. And we're in the trenches with you because we are still marketers. Even though we do coaching, we still got to run our own business. We still got to market those affiliate programs.
We love what we do.
We do.
So that's why we're in the trenches. We love being in the trenches. We love it.
Exactly. Yeah. So
So Michele, tell them about your late night emergency call when you were stuck and how you needed one of us.
Remind me which problem was this?
I think most of the time when I don't get calls from her, she texts me.
Well,
and I have my phone with me all the time, so
that's
I'll see the notification go bing bing, and I'm like,
your
that's
message.
Michele.
Yeah,
and then it'll be like close to like our time zone, Puerto Rico.
For us, messages are like calls.
Yeah. So if it's 11 o'clock over there, it'll be like midnight over here, right? But she'll leave a message there, and then I won't see it until like 11 o'clock at night. And then I was like, okay, Michele really needs our help, right? And, I can easily say, Michele, can we wait till tomorrow? When I wake up in the morning, that kind of a deal. But it depends on the certainty of the situation because, like, the severity of the situation. If she needed an answer now, like, say, for example, there was one time she asked me for a translation. I think it was a translation in Spanish or something. And I was just like, I'm here, but I'm going to show you how to do it better. And I took the time to work with her. Oh, I remember now. Something happened with your computer. And we did an over-the-shoulder type of a deal, remember? And I shared my screen, and I was walking you through a particular tech problem because you're not tech savvy that well, remember? And you were like,
I'm not at all.
It's
not like a big deal when it comes to like tech. I mean, we're going to the tech side of stuff.
We do.
But you don't really have to be that tech savvy to run a business online. You really don't.
Right.
Because
especially when you have you guys. Rich is very tech savvy.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, you have those other coaches that are still trying to sell you into their like next mastermind training that they got coming up, and some special guests, and they're gonna upsell you to more and more money, and then you be waiting for weeks for support, and pushing you into like their higher tier programs, copy and paste strategies and shit like that. Like really, honestly, that stuff. Being rich, we focus on the client, we focus on their journey, we focus on their progress. We also pay attention to their failures because we want you to make mistakes. How else are you supposed to learn, right? Like we want to see you make mistakes. So we will answer your messages, in record time. We fix your campaigns live with you. We create custom strategies just for you based on the area that you're at. And we celebrate your first sale. We celebrate your first sale. I mean, for goodness sakes, that's what we do.
Yes, absolutely.
This is great, guys. I mean, we're going to take some questions if we still have some time here. We're going to try to wrap up.
We're actually a little bit over. Wow.
We are a little bit over. This is an interview, and it's like all of a sudden we're like talking and stuff like that. It's like I said, it's
let's
relaxed.
see if we got any questions here.
Let me see. I see
on
some
the
comments
live.
here. Hold on. Let's go look at the comments here. David Don Hobley, Cindy Lee watching. Awesome. Shannon Smith, hello. What's going on? Hey,
Shannon.
y'all. David Don Hobley says, you too rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. I think I had my first online interview with you, Ace.
Nice.
When we met, I believe we did, long time ago. Wow. Look at that. Shannon says, that's when people are spending money during the holidays.
Good point.
Yes, absolutely. Shannon Smith says, there is no perfect time. Yes, and your email responders are working. Laugh out loud.
Nice.
Let me see in the Facebook group. We have Feng Chang. Feng Chang is here in the Internet Marketing Pros watching us live. She loves the show. She says, keep it real. Absolutely.
Keep it real.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the emojis. Guys, if you don't have any other questions, as we are going through the comments here with our special guest tonight, Michele, just letting you know, Michele, just like many other people, they're in their own crusade, their own journey. And like she said, and she mentioned in her interview, without us, it would have been 10 times harder, right? Trying to figure it all out by herself, And that's why we're offering you guys a special Black Friday deal. And Michele knows about the value of diamond coaching. She's invested into it. So it's not like, we're like forcing her, to be here.
Yeah, just head on over to meetaceandrich.com.
Yes.
And set up your consult with us.
Absolutely.
And see if you will be a great fit for our coaching program.
Absolutely. So here's the bottom line. Our Black Friday special is none other than we're going to take off 30% off of the regular price. Rich quoted the price at 10.
Yep.
We're going to have it available for 30% off. That's $7,000 for you to invest, and you could actually start getting on your journey. It is a 6-month coaching program.
Yep, it's not a weekend.
It is not for the person who wants to start something quick. You need to be committed, right? And not everybody, like Michele found out, is a good fit for this. So you do have to go through the application process. And then once we review your application, we have an orientation and we see if you are a good fit. And then we build out your schedule for the 6 months. That's how it works out.
That's how it works out. Yep.
And we get to work right away, right, Michele?
Oh, yeah.
Right away, fast in a hurry. That's what we do. So
we're cruising 20 minutes.
There you go, right? And you know what? If you're tired of being stuck, if you're tired of being in that community that's stale, that's not giving you the right support, maybe you're involved in another opportunity, but you're having a hard time marketing.
In other words, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah.
Type "I'm ready" in the chat.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the best way to do it, and you could be our next success story like Michele.
Exactly. You just head on over to this beautiful website called meetaceandrich.com.
Oh, isn't that so nice? Yep. You just put it up there for them. That's so nice.
meetaceandrich.com. Book your call with us, and we'll see if you're a good fit. And also, if you have any questions, maybe you're stuck on something, let us know, and we can help overcome that challenge.
Absolutely. With that being said, I want to thank our special guest, Michele Howell. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I told you it wasn't going to be that bad. And you got your coffee, right?
I do. Thank you.
Awesome.
Good.
Best smooth coffee I've ever had.
Woo! Oh, yeah.
Puerto Rico coffee is good.
Yes. So you guys, this is a wrap. Thank you so much. And we are going to be here back again next Friday, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock our time, actually.
Yeah. But we don't change our clocks here at all.
No.
Just so you know.
No.
All right.
And you'll never know if you're going to be our next success story, like I said. With that being said, my name is Ace Guzman.
And my name is Rich Guzman.
And we will see you guys on the next Ace of Rich Live. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye, Michele. Thank you for coming.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Michele, for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.